It doesn't get any better. The heat of the day, ooh, the cool of the spray. It doesn't get any better than this. There's only one law, let the good times pour. You couldn't care less, who could ask for more? It doesn't get any better.
Old Milwaukee Light.
It doesn't get any better than this.
WKGF presents The Witching Hour with Max Thorn.
Good evening, my little midnight maniacs. It is Friday, September 15th, 1989, and this is The Witching Hour. I'm your host, Max Thorn, and I'm happy to be here with you all tonight. With me, as always, in the booth to my left, my producer, Ricky. Ricky, how was your week?
Good, man. Rockin' Robin was on vacation this week, which left me with a lot of free time, so I lived it up by barely leaving my sofa. I read a fantastic book called Memoirs of an Invisible Man. You should check it out. But, yeah, other than that, man, I just relaxed.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, earlier today, I went to the movies like I normally do, Friday mornings with my parents. And we saw Sea of Love. And I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a James Bond movie.
For someone who claims to love movies, you sure are clueless about them. License to Kill just came out a few months ago. And I know you saw it. You told me you saw it.
That is true.
And you thought there would already be another James Bond movie 2 months after the last one?
Well, the way they pump these things out these days, you never know. Look, I've been busy, and it was my mom's turn to pick, and she picked Sea of Love, and she's a huge James Bond fan, and whatever. It's not a bad flick. It's just, I kept waiting for James Bond to show up. The poster, the whole name, it just threw me off. I'm going to go see Night Game this weekend, though, because a baseball-themed serial killer movie sounds like a must-watch for me. So, fingers crossed. Also, aside from Ricky joining us, also joining us tonight are 4 random people just outside the window holding signs. Apparently, they've taken issue with a few things on the show recently. From what I can tell, mainly, quote-unquote, Carrie White, the time-traveling slasher from 2 weeks ago. So let's wave to this sad little group out here. Hi, thanks for joining us, and thank you for listening. I'm sure that whatever they are trying to accomplish by standing on the corner will no doubtably be a huge success. One sign says WKGF supports murderers. That's an interesting takeaway from the show, but all right. Anyway, now for a little update. Last week, if you recall, and hopefully you do, we talked about Lily, the girl who supposedly burned down her school back in 1933. I had mentioned that I went to the local library to dig up any information I could on her or the school and found that almost everything was pretty vague. So, last week, after the show, I decided I would take the 3-hour drive to Riverside and use their local archives to see what I could find. It did not disappoint. So last week we discussed how people believe Lily is trapped inside of FB's toys, which happens to be the exact spot where Lily is believed to have died. But as I sat there in that cold, quiet library, I discovered there was a lot more to Lily, and the reasons she seems to linger go far deeper than a casual campfire ghost story. I started sifting through the library's microfilms, and it was there that I found an old newspaper dated December 13th, 1933. In it, I found her name, Lily Ledbetter, a student at Quailbridge Boarding School. The headline read, "Inferno consumes Quailbridge School. All but 3 perish in tragic blaze." But this was only the beginning. I spent hours piecing together fragments of her life. Lily, it seems, was no ordinary girl. Accounts described her as having hair the color of burning embers and the temper to match it, a struck match in tiny human form. Life at Quailbridge was not kind to Lily. The teachers were harsh, and her classmates teased her mercifully about her bright orange hair and her pale skin that turned bright red when angered. The fire within her burned brighter with each insult and each punishment. The tragedy came to a head in the winter of 1933. On a particularly brutal day, Lily's patience snapped. She had been reprimanded yet again, humiliated before her peers. The 3 people who managed to survive the inferno all gave the same account. Lily's eyes shimmered like molten gold as her fury ignited. Her skin turned unnaturally red, and one witness said she saw Lily's hair fly upward like she was standing on a huge updraft. And then the fire started. It spread with unnatural speed, consuming the whole wooden halls of Quailbridge Boarding School in mere moments. 63 people were killed. Teachers, students, staff, all but 3 perished. And among the charred ruins, Lily's body was never found. Yet, there were 2 peculiar discoveries. A doll, unscathed by the massive fire, and a scorched piece of paper with a poem written in shaky, childlike handwriting. "Lily, Lily, come to play. Feed the flames, don't fade away. Through the fire, your shadows fall, burning all who make this call." For years after the fire, strange occurrences plagued the site. People spoke of glowing embers in the air, faint laughter echoing through the ruins, and a feeling of intense heat without a source. The doll part really intrigued me. The doll, the only material property of the school that survived, was taken in by police but later stolen, never to be seen again, until recently, I believe, when it took up residence on aisle 12 of FB's Toys. I need to go to FB's myself and take a look. I wanted to go right then, but by the time I finished with everything, I just ran out of time. But I do plan on returning in 2 weeks to snoop around a bit. I'm still curious about the poem, too. No idea what that means or why it's there, but it seems like a call to her, like Bloody Mary, but I read it out loud 100 times. I repeated it, I stood in front of a mirror, but obviously nothing ever came of it. So that's a mystery as well. But as for Lily, her rage lingers and the fires of her past burn deep. As I followed Lily's trail, I spoke to a few old-timers who remembered hearing about Quailbridge and the peculiar legend of the fiery-haired girl. They said the toy store where Lily's spirit is said to reside now stands where the boarding school once did. We know that. They described odd happenings there. Toys mysteriously melting, shelves catching fire without explanation, and the faint sound of a girl's voice humming an old school song. How much of that is made up, I cannot verify. So, listeners, I leave you with this question. Was Lily Ledbetter an agent of cruelty, a supernatural being consumed by her own power, or was she simply a victim herself? If you find yourself near the ruins of Quailbridge or that infamous toy store, I'm asking you to leave it alone for now. Let me do my own research, and I promise I will report back. This story has my spidey sense tingling, and I am determined to find out more. All right, my producer, is telling me the phone lines are jammed. So let's hop right into taking calls and let's see where this night takes us. Let's go to Richie from Indiana. Richie from Indiana, you are on the air with us at the Witching Hour. What's up?
Hi, Max. So this was back in '82. I was 13, and me and my buddies used to hang out at this place called USA Liquor on the weekends. It was pretty close to our neighborhood, and they had a deli with the best ham and cheese subs I've ever had. They also had the adult magazines behind the counter that we would always try to, catch a glimpse of. So, we were there quite often. Anyway, the owner would used to chase us out every time he, caught us looking. So when that happened, we would usually just hang out front by the payphone and, use whatever change we had to make prank phone calls. Stupid stuff. Like really stupid stuff. High-class comedy, it was not.
Sounds like my hiatus period. Still, to this day. I love it.
Yeah, we did too until we didn't. Sorry, I'm nervous. Anyway, one night, it's me, Sean, and this new kid, Dennis. We're bored, so we dial some random number. We're expecting some old lady to yell at us or, something. But the guy who picks up, he doesn't yell. He just whispers real low. Peekaboo.
Was he just having some fun right back with you?
That's what I thought. Sean starts laughing, calls the guy a creep and a bunch of words I can't say on the radio, and hangs up. We're joking about it, but then the payphone rings back.
Uh-oh.
Sean picks up and says something stupid like, Moe's crematorium, you kill him, we grill him. And the guy, same voice, same whisper, says, peekaboo.
Hey, that sounds like the uncle my family disowned years ago.
Yeah, it was weird. So Dennis, he's freaking out, says we should leave. But Sean, he's stubborn. He picks up the phone, yells something like, oh yeah, well what am I wearing, big stud? And the guy doesn't answer for a few seconds. And Sean is like, yeah, that's what I thought. Then the guy says, white t-shirt with a rainbow stripe, red shorts, and a Cleveland Indians hat.
Was he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was wearing. Sean slammed the phone down like it was poison, but it started ringing again. And look, maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe we had called somebody who, lived nearby that could see us. But we ran, left that phone ringing behind us. But here's the thing, Max. As we were running, every pay phone we passed started ringing.
Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah, and that wasn't the end of it. It gets worse. So the next day, Dennis doesn't show up to school. We figured he's just sick or something. But that night, I'm at home, and the phone rings, but it doesn't ring anywhere else in the house, just in my room. I did not have my own phone line, but only the phone in my room was ringing. So I pick it up, and that same whisper, peekaboo.
Jeez.
Yeah, I hung up fast, and I threw the phone in the corner. I bolted downstairs, told my parents, but they didn't take it seriously. They just think I'm messing with them, right? But I knew something was wrong. Next day, Dennis is still not at school. That night, I try to call Sean. His mom answers, says he's not home. He never came home. She's in a panic, asking if I've seen him.
Wait, he disappeared?
Gone, Max. They found his bike ditched at the liquor store, but no sign of him. And we didn't ride our bikes that day. We walked. Same thing happened to Dennis, though. No one ever found them. The cops said they probably ran away, but I know better than that. I know what I heard.
Damn, dude.
Not just that. A few nights later, both my parents were working late, and I got one more call. I was too scared to pick it up. I just let it go to the answering machine and ran out into the backyard. I was scared to death. It took me a while, but I finally came back inside. The answering machine was just blinking, just taunting me, like daring me to push play. And when I did, it was Sean's voice.
Oh my God, what did he say?
Peekaboo, Richie.
Whew, Richie. Okay, and you never heard from him again? Like, he's still a missing person?
No, they never came back. They were on milk cartons and flyers all over town, but nobody had seen them. But some nights, I swear I still hear a phone ringing, even when there's no phone around, like in the car. It's just like this sound inside my head. It's like a whisper, like I feel like someone's watching me.
Richie, dude, that is something else.
So, listen, Max, I'm calling because I need you to do something.
Yeah, what do you need?
I don't know if I'm just slowly losing my mind or if I'm being followed, but Sean and Dennis, they did not run away. Something happened to them, and I think it's still happening. I keep seeing things like shadows in the corner of my eye, faces in the mirror that shouldn't be there. I swear I keep hearing their voices, like they're trying to call me, but it's always the same whispering voice, peekaboo.
Richie, what are you exactly asking me to do?
I need you to look into what happened to Sean and Dennis. I know it's almost been a decade, but I can't shake it. They have to be out there somewhere. I've tried and failed, and I know you'll do better than me. If there's anything you can find, anything at all, I need to know what happened. I have to get some closure, because if not, I'm going to lose it. I know it's been a long time, but I just cannot let it go. Why wasn't I taken? Why am I still here and they're gone? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know what else to do, Max. It's like they're still out there waiting for me. I feel like I failed them.
No, I'll look into it. But, okay, stay safe and stay calm, and I promise I will do my best.
I know you will. I'm thankful you're on the air now. Their names were Sean Bleeker and Dennis Hernandez from Fishers, Indiana. If anyone out there knows them, please let me know. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, I'll look into it, Richie. Stay safe. I'm going to transfer you back over to my producer, Ricky, and he'll get your information. Just give him just a minute, okay? All right. Thanks for calling. Next up, we have, let's do Annie. Annie, what's up? You're on the air with Max Thorn in the Witching Hour.
Hey, Max. Thanks for taking my call. I don't know if this counts, but I live up on a hill that kind of overlooks a cemetery. It's not creepy or anything, just a regular old cemetery. But, like, a few months ago, I got this telescope for my birthday, and, like, I didn't really want it, but what can you do, you know? So one night, I decided to aim it at the cemetery and just see what's going on. This was the middle of the night. Like, it shouldn't have even been open, but there were several people there, all standing at graves at various spots around the grounds. There is no way that place was open, so why are there people there?
Are they doing anything out of the ordinary?
They're standing at graves in the middle of the night and talking to no one. At least it looked like they were talking.
All night?
No, that's the weird part. At 1 a.m., everyone leaves. Exactly 1 a.m., and these certain people at these certain graves, they're never there before midnight. People come and go all day, but these handful of people only come out at midnight, and I think they bring a ton of flowers for the graves. I swear, it is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Like, what is going on?
But they don't appear to be causing any trouble down there.
No, they all look happy, actually. I mean, from what I can tell from my telescope.
Well, Annie, people handle grief in all sorts of ways. Maybe these people feel the need to speak to their loved ones at midnight for, whatever reason.
I guess so. It's actually kind of neat. I don't know how many other people have ever noticed them.
No idea, but I hope they find peace.
I don't know what it is about me. I don't know why nobody seems to like me. As far as I can tell, I'm just a normal 12-year-old girl. But there must be something about me that all the other girls hate. They've called me ugly so many times, I guess it has to be true. I didn't really think so before, but I guess it's true. I don't know why they're so mean. I really wish I was just another face in the crowd, and that I could blend in and not be the center of attention in the worst way possible. On top of that, I don't have friends. I used to be best friends with Janny DeMarco, but She started sitting at a popular table at lunch, leaving me alone. I never did anything bad to anyone, so I don't understand why no one likes me. Sometimes they even tease me about my dad being dead. Nothing hurts quite like that. I love my mom. She gives me everything I want and need, but I know she's hurting too, even after all these years. Sometimes, after a really rough day at school, I think about going to the cemetery to see Dad, but I always chicken out. And I don't want to ask Mom to take me. Tonight is different, though. I've never sneaked out before in my life, but something about the awfulness of the school day has me convinced I should climb out my window and ride my bike to the cemetery and see him. Maybe he'll know how to make my days better. I didn't remember him. Just flashes of his face in the old photos all around the house. But the cemetery felt like a place where I could find something of him. Something I could hold on to and make the days a little more bearable. I just didn't want Mom to know. It's almost midnight. There's no one out here on the road. I'm not very good at hopping fences, so I was pleased to see the cemetery gate was unlocked. Here you are. Miss you, Dad. I don't remember your laugh, or your voice, or your touch. It's like there's a hole in my heart that I can't fill. I just wish I could see you one more time, hear your voice, see you smile. Just something that gives me a real memory. Why can't I remember you? I need something to hold on to, Dad. Who are you?
I'm just a groundskeeper.
I swear the gate was open. I didn't break in.
I didn't think you did.
You scared me. Why are you here? What are you doing in the middle of the night?
It's all right. There's no need to be scared, I assure you. These graves, they need tending, and nighttime is the only time I can do it. This is a special place. There's no other place like it on Earth.
What do you mean?
I just mean there's more to this place than meets the eye. But it takes time to see it. You'll understand soon enough.
I don't...
This is your father?
Yeah. He died when I was pretty young. My memories have faded.
I know. And I knew you'd be here eventually.
How did you know that?
Oh, a little bird told me. A little bird told me.
Okay. I've been here before a few times, you know.
Not at midnight. Everything is different at midnight.
Because it's closed and it's dark and cold and empty.
Oh, it's not empty. Not at all.
Okay. Well, I don't see anyone. Are they invisible?
Look here, child. Up on that hill. Do you see him?
Oh. Yeah. Wow. People come at midnight? I thought for sure the gate would be locked.
The gate gets locked at dusk.
Well, it wasn't locked when I got here.
It opens up again from midnight to 1 a.m.
Why?
Look, down by the stream there. There's another person.
Is she laughing?
It sure looks like it, huh?
I'm so confused.
Tell me, Lucy, would you be able to come back tomorrow night at the same time?
Why?
Because we will have a surprise for you.
We?
Come back tomorrow, please. I know you have to sneak out, but I promise I will keep you safe.
I was so confused. I should have been terrified, but I wasn't. In fact, I was totally calm, and the cemetery felt welcoming. I told him I would try to sneak out again tomorrow. I was intrigued. I was also scared I'd get caught, but I'm 12 years old, and my punishment wouldn't be forever, right? I made it home without being caught and fell right to sleep. When the alarm went off, instead of being tired, I was surprisingly awake. Something about going back to the cemetery tonight excited me. I just hoped Mom would be asleep. Sometimes she stays up late on Friday nights. School sucked, as usual. I sat alone again while catching glimpses of the popular girls snickering at me. The excitement I had in the morning was snuffed out like a flame. I was sad again and just wanted to go home and not leave. Mom made French bread pizzas for dinner and we watched TGIF, Perfect Strangers, my favorite show, followed by Full House, my second favorite show, but that's a secret. Then Mr. Belvedere and just the 10 of us. Mom liked watching 2020 afterwards, but I didn't. That's when I usually go to bed. Tonight, though, I just said I was going to bed. I had changed my mind again. I was going to go to the cemetery. I had to see what that guy was talking about. It was like someone was shoving me towards it. I heard Mom go to bed at 11:30, which meant she probably wouldn't be asleep by the time I had to sneak out, but I felt it was a risk I needed to take. I checked my watch. I got to the cemetery 5 minutes after midnight. And just like that guy said, the gate was unlocked. I parked my bike and walked to Dad's grave.
Lucy, I'm so glad you came. Come, I have something to show you.
I followed him. The place seemed more lively tonight. I could see at least 4 people scattered throughout the grounds, and they all seemed to be talking, but I couldn't make out what anyone was saying.
Here we are.
Oh, wow! It looks beautiful! Dad's grave was covered with flowers. Really pretty ones, and not like the kind you get at the supermarket. These flowers were planted, like my dad had his own private garden. Did you do this?
I did.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Hold on, child. Give it a minute.
Give what a minute?
You'll see. You'll see.
The weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life happened. All the flowers started dying right in front of my eyes. They were shriveling up and wilting like the life was being sucked out of them. What? What's happening? Why are the flowers dying? What is going on?
Don't be scared. The flowers are a life force needed to... Oh, here he comes.
I don't know how to explain it. After all the flowers died, a fog seemed to come up from the grave. It was swirling around, almost painting a picture with... That's me and Dad? That's me and Dad. What is happening? Oh my God. I remember this. We were together, laughing. He was teaching me to ride a skateboard. I didn't know. I didn't remember this. I don't remember it, but I remember it. How?
Say hello to your father, dear. He's here with us now.
What? How? Hi, Dad. The fog formed into a human shape. It was Dad, and he was smiling and waving at me, and I've never seen anything like it.
This is your father's spirit. He chose to stay behind and wait for you to discover him here. What you're seeing is all his favorite memories of you.
What do you mean he chose to stay here?
Lucy, this is no ordinary cemetery. When you're buried here, you can decide if you want to stay or move on to what's next.
Why stay?
Why? To talk to your loved ones. That's what these other people here are doing right now. The souls here retain their most precious and beautiful memories for their families to discover and remember again. The flowers provide the energy needed to form.
Is he going to stay?
That I can't answer for you. I'm sure he'll do whatever you want him to.
I remember all of this. I'm remembering. I can hear him laugh. This is incredible. How did you... Who are you?
I was truthful when I said I was the groundskeeper. I'm just not employed by the cemetery. I'm employed by... something else. I've been here for decades, and I'll be here for decades more.
Really? You're so... I mean...
Old. Well, this body is merely a suit. Do not worry about me.
Why are there so few people here? Why isn't it packed?
Because like any truly magical place, it is a secret. Please promise me you'll keep it that way.
Of course. Of course. I've been avoiding this forever, and all along there was a piece of him waiting for me.
A spirit doesn't forget, Lucy. Neither should you. Your father's love lives here, in this place, in this small garden. It's always been with you, even when you couldn't see it.
I promised the old man I wouldn't tell anyone. The garden needed to stay a secret, but I knew, deep down, that I would carry this place with me. I'd carry my dad with me. He'd be the light in the darkest corners of my heart. I knew school would be better. Those girls couldn't hurt me anymore. I had something they didn't have, and it will protect me from them. I just know it. Dad said he would stay here forever. Always be there for me, waiting for me. And when I need to feel close to him, I know what to do. I know where to go. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your name?
I don't have a name, child. I simply exist.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I promise, cross my heart, I won't tell a single person.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt if you told one other person.
Mom?
Mom.